is Dear Future Generations and Spike and CEA. Dear Future Generations, I think I speak for the rest of us when I say, sorry. Sorry we were too caught up in our... Can I start over? Sorry.
No, keep going. Hey, lock it in. You're good.
Dear Future Generations, I think I speak for the rest of us when I say, sorry. Sorry we left you our mess of a planet. Sorry we were too caught up in our own doings to do something. Sorry we listened to people who made excuses to do nothing. I hope you can forgive us. We just didn't realize how special the earth was, like a marriage going wrong. We didn't realize what we had until it was gone. For example, I'm guessing you probably know it as the Amazon desert, right? Well, believe it or not, millions of years ago, it was known as the Amazon rainforest, and there were billions of trees, and all of them beautiful, and, oh, you probably don't know much about trees, do you? Well, trees are amazing. I mean, we are literally breathing the air they are creating. They clean up our pollution, our carbon store, purify our water, gives us food that feeds us, medicine that cures our diseases, which is why I am so sorry to tell you that we burns them down. Cut them down horrific at a rate of 40 football fields a minute. That's 50% of all the trees in the world gone in the last 100 years. Why? For this? And that wouldn't make me so sad if there weren't so many pictures with leaves on it. When I was a child, I read how the Native Americans had such consideration for how they left the planet. They felt responsible for how they left the planet for the next 7 generations. Which brings me great sorrow because most of us today don't even care about tomorrow. So I'm sorry, future generations. I'm sorry we put profit over people, greed over need, the rule of gold above the golden rule. I'm sorry we use nature as our credit card with no spending limit, overdrafting animals to extinction, stealing your chance to ever see their uniqueness or become friends with them. I'm sorry we poison the oceans so much that you can't even swim in them. But most of all, I'm sorry about our mindset, because we have the nerve to call this destruction progress. Hey Fox News, if you don't think climate change is a threat, I dare you to interview the thousands of people in Bangladesh. See, while you were in your penthouses nestled, their homes were literally washed away beneath their feet due to rising sea levels. And Sarah Palin, you say you love the smell of fossil fuels. Well, I urge you to talk to the kids of Beijing. See, they have to wear pollution masks just to go to school. You see, the thing about the truth is, you can ignore it, but it can't be avoided. So I'm sorry, future generations. I'm sorry that our footprints became a sinkhole and not a garden. I'm sorry we spent so much time focusing on ISIS and how little we focused on how fast the ice caps are melting in the Arctic. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that we couldn't find another planet to move to in time. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. This future, I do not accept it because an error does not become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We can redirect this how. Let me suggest. If a farmer sees a tree that is unhealthy, they don't look at the branches to diagnose it. They look at the root. So like the farmer, we must look at the root, not the politicians run by corporations, not the branches of the government. We are the root. We are the foundation. This generation, it is up to us to take care of the planet. We must globally warm our hearts and change the climate of our souls and realize that we are not apart from nature. We are a part of nature. And to betray nature is to betray us. To save nature is to save us, because whatever you're fighting for, racism, poverty, feminism, gay rights, or any type of equality, it won't matter in the least. Because if we don't all work together to save the environment, we will be equally extinct. Sorry.